All right, I'm gonna go in market replay and look for some trade setups in the morning. So it's 8:30 right now. I'm just gonna show you how I trade, what I look for, the setups that I take, the criteria, like the psychology behind everything when I'm trading. So, um, yeah, sit tight, sit back, and enjoy the video. First things first. Okay, so it's 8:30 in the morning. We want to establish a daily bias. So let's see what we see on the higher time frames. I got the ES pulled up on the left and the NQ pulled up on the right. They pretty much correlate with each other. So whatever the NQ does, the ES does. Whatever the ES does, the NQ does. So they just lag behind each other pretty much. So looks like we're consolidating. NQ's looking pretty bearish. We tapped out of those lows, those previous lows here. Essentially, what we might do is see some support coming in here and retarget this liquidity area here, or even try to maybe some 50% retest of these wicks here. So on the 15 minutes looking 15 minutes looking like we might get like a slight pullback, wick test here and continue to the upside. So uh, let me see. So we're looking at the 1 minute chart right now, the NQ. My daily, I don't have a daily bias just yet because right now it looks like we're just, accumulating. So I don't want to really fondle in too much. I don't really have a say so just yet. So, so this is 8:30 here. So this would be, we have to wait for the first 5 minutes to develop. So I'm going to delete this. All right, so after I've established my daily bias, which I don't even have one because it looks like we're ranging so far. If anything, I would probably look for some quick scalps to the upside because essentially today it looks like we might get a pullback on the daily trend. We might get a pullback. So I don't want to be too biased because we still are in the middle of the range. So it's 8:32, getting some nice momentum out of the NQ. I have gold pulled up over here as well. This is gold. So gold is, let me see how gold's doing. Gold's looking pretty, gold's pulling back as well. Maybe we'll have, maybe we'll consolidate, push up to the other side, or continue to the downside. I'm not sure yet. Okay. About 2 minutes left in this 5 minute opening range before we can actually map out our highs and lows. Look for some breakout structures. Probably look for a retest entry. So 8:34, got about a minute left. I think we can start mapping them out now. So 8:32, 8:33. So we have our highs here. Breakup structure would be like right there. And 8:30. We got those 8:30 lows right there. So and what time is it? So this is 8:34. One more candlestick. I'll break it then. All right, so we have the highs and lows for NQ. Now we're just gonna map them out for ES. And we have the highs and lows for ES as well. All right, one thing that I'm noticing is on the NQ, we're finding some resistance at that breaker structure. Those 8:30 highs, we're actually finding a bit of resistance there. But we still are in the middle of that range, and no clear entries have been appointed to us yet. So what we want to do is we want to wait for a break of structure. We want to wait for a break of structure, 50% retest. Then we want to see a continuation to the upside. Same thing on the ES. So that is what we're actually waiting for right now. Our target for today is about $500. So let's see what price wants to do. All right. You can see both ES closing just above that recent swing high here. ES closing just above that recent buyer swing high, closing just above it. And right now we might see like a small retest from the ES, not ES, but yeah, ES. We might see a small retest from ES coming back to like this 50% range right here, maybe, and then possibly pushing to the upside. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right, so we got that swing higher. All right, so price actually, let me see something. This is all, this would probably be one leg. So probably move our entry somewhere up here. So this would that be that swing low? So would this be it, or I want to say probably like right there. I want to say like probably right there. Got that. Let me see something. What is this? 830. So 830. This is 831. So this would be a valid swing low of the opening range. And this is the swing high. So this 50% would be like somewhere around here. 50% for this would be somewhere around here. I want to say 831. Yeah. So let's see what ES and EQ wants to do right here. All right. No clear entries, no clear setups just yet. All right. What we're seeing from NQ's having some trouble getting past those levels up there. So is ES. Just gonna map those out just like that. All right, we're getting that pullback that we were looking for on the NQ as well as the ES. So I want to take the trade actually off of. I'm gonna put my buy limit in on the NQ. Put my buy limit in. I'm gonna target this recent swing high. We got this break of structure. I'm not really liking this indecision candle. It's still bullish, but I want to see a 50% retest here. If we go into these wicks here, I'll just kill it because I don't want to risk too much on this trade. So let's see how this plays out. So right now we had that break of the highs on ES and the break of the highs on NQ, and right now we're seeing a 50% pullback. I don't really like this trade 100% because we didn't have a whole lot of momentum coming out of the opening range, but we did have some, and now we're seeing a pullback. So I don't want to miss the move. I'd rather just have small risk on this first trade. I'd rather just risk small profits because I'm like I said, I'm not totally 100% confident on it because yes, we had the move that I wanted. Yes, we're getting a pullback, but we could have got a little bit more momentum. But I'm just not gonna, not enter the trade just because of that thesis. I'm still gonna enter the trade. I'm just gonna keep us tight stop loss because overall, this could be just a fake out and we could continue to the downside. So let's just see how this plays out. I got my buy limit in. I have my stop limit up here. So we're gonna buy and enter here, betting that the market is gonna go here. So let's see how this trade plays out. We're coming back into that structure. We're now in the middle of that range. We have been filled on the order. Now let's see. We're up. We're still up on the trade. Up 400, 3, 4. And all right. Okay. So this was a prime example. Well, not a prime, but a really good example of following your trading plan, being patient and staying disciplined. I started at 830. I had both ES and NQ pulled up. I was looking for NQ and ES to establish that 5-minute range. That was my first thing that I had to wait for the market to do. I had to first wait for, not my first thing. My first thing was I had to establish a daily bias. From previous market data, I had to now establish a daily bias coming into today's trading session. So once that daily bias was established, again, going back, I really didn't have a daily bias because we were ranging on both NQ and ES. So I really didn't have a daily bias because price could essentially go in either direction. Since we are accumulating buyers and orders, price could essentially go either up or down. And I don't want to be caught, on the wrong direction and things like that. So first thing I did was establish my daily bias. Uh, Second thing I did was I waited for the market to open. Market opened at 8:30. Then I waited for the 5 minute opening range to establish, which is the first 5 minutes of the market. Once the first 5 minutes of the market was established and we had those highs and lows on both EQ and ES, we were then able to watch the ES and NQ very closely because they do correlate. So then we were then able to watch them to see what they were both doing in order to try and get us a clear A plus setup. So um, we waited for the 8:30. We waited for those highs and lows to establish. Once those highs and lows established, we saw that ES and the NQ were both accumulating for a couple minutes before both breaking out to the upside and having that 50% retest. ES retest was quite, yeah, it was like way more bigger than NQ's, but that is okay. That's okay. Um, because we still had that 50%. If the NQ would have broke this 50% and continued to the downside, then yes, this would have been a fake out to the upside and continued to the downside. But what we had was a push to the downside, and we had a fake out. We faked out the sellers and we continued to push back up. Now we're targeting those seller stop losses. So everybody who went short here got the move wrong, and now price is reversing, and now we're hunting those early sellers. We're hunting their stop losses now. And now, since they see prices starting to push back up so aggressively, now they're starting to either break even or exit their short positions, and they're getting in long positions trying to cover their losses. So once we had all of our confluences, and once we seen how the market was playing, we clearly seen how buyers were getting trapped and sellers were getting trapped. So we wanted to wait. We had that 50% retest and we entered in nicely. Drawdown was kept at a minimum. And yeah, let's see if this continues to push the highs that we were shooting for.
Order filled.
And just like that, your order gets filled for a total profit of $685. Now, on that note, I would have been done trading for the day and I would have just, logged my trade, made my video, and I would have just saw y'all for the next day. So yeah, that's all I just wanted to get to y'all. I really hope y'all had got some value out of this video, or got something out of this video. It was just me showing y'all how I trade, the trades I look for, the criteria, what I do when I wake up, just all around how I trade. You know what I mean, and how I make the money that I make. So made 680 on replay. Basically the same setups, the same rules and criteria that I was looking for in replay, I look for in the live markets every day, Monday through Thursday now, because I don't trade on Fridays no more. So I do that Monday through Thursday. So I really appreciate y'all, not hope, but I really appreciate y'all for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you had got any value out of it. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Appreciate you.